The Rochester Community and Technical College Foundation is helping students dealing with obstacles in their life to go to college. Tonight we bring you the story of a young woman who left the only community she's ever known to pursue her dreams. ABC6 News reporter Marissa Collins introduces us to Susan Miller in our latest Beat the Odds Scholarship recipient.
A young woman
I wanted something more for myself.
Has already beat many odds.
There was no opportunity there.
Susan Miller, born and raised in an Amish community, primarily speaking German, knew she was meant for something larger in life.
Once I was done with school, I was 13, and then I helped my parents. I did a couple jobs like babysitting and worked at a bakery, and then my mom also makes quilts to sell, so I did a lot of quilting. But that was always like, it's just gonna be like that, like the rest of my life, and I always wanted more.
Never having the feeling of fitting in with the Amish, Susan had to make a life-changing decision.
I was 17 when I finally decided that I really do want more. I didn't necessarily tell my parents, like I mentioned it to my mom a couple times, but that would be about it, because if you would tell them, then they would you couldn't really leave.
But leaving the Amish is what she did, moving from Nebraska to Rochester. On top of that, she came with no money, not even a social security number.
You know you're gonna have that before you can get a job. So I had to get that, and in the meantime I couldn't make any money really, besides I did help an older couple, a couple hours a day sometimes, and then I made some money to kind of do something like to get started.
3 years ago, Susan's life changed yet again after leaving work in Spring Valley.
I got off work at 11, and I didn't realize how bad the weather was. I hit black ice and I crashed. I rolled my car.
Susan fractured some ribs and a vertebrae. She punctured a lung and got a bad concussion. It was during her time in the hospital that something inside her changed.
That's when I actually made the step where I put myself in to Hawthorne. I'm like, this is I need to start. I always wanted it, but I always thought it's never the right time. But after that happened, I'm like, I need to do more. I need to actually get started, not just think about it.
She is so deserving. And to find somebody that has worked so hard against so many odds.
Angela Meyer was Susan's teacher at the Hawthorne Education Center, where she received her GED and took pre-coursework preparing for RCTC.
That little girl grew up in a buggy. She was only supposed to have an 8th grade education. She wasn't supposed to be offered things like this, and she made her own way in the world.
Susan started classes at RCTC in May of 2017, while also working as a full-time CNA at Madonna Towers in Rochester.
I've done it for a while, but I want more because I think more would challenge me more.
To know that she has made it this far and to see where she's going, I was excited. I had goosebumps, but I kind of hold the overexcitement back until she graduates, because then I'll just be a sobbing, blubbering.
With a goal of becoming a registered nurse, Susan's future is firmly in her own hands.
It has made me a stronger person, not to give up even when it gets hard. It's worth it to go through it, to do it more. And I think that's another reason that I don't give up in school as much, because I know it's hard, but I know I can do it.